Catch Pokemon, train Pokemon, battle Pokemon. That's the way it goes. This deceptively simple gameplay loop has kept millions of us coming back to this series again and again, with every new release and drop DLC. So with the release of the Teal Mask and Indigo Disc DLCs for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I want to examine this timeless gameplay loop in the hopes of understanding why these games have the dedicated followers that they do, and why we keep coming back time after time. Welcome to The Loop. I'm Elakidra, and this is why we just can't kick our Pokemon habit. There's a certain anxiety that comes from catching Pokemon. The random element is a major factor in that regard. Each Pokemon has a catch rate based on their level, rarity, and their current status in the battle against your own Pokemon. That randomness delivers a rush and excitement not dissimilar to gambling. Fortunately, the stakes are a lot less monetary and a lot less addictive, unless we consider in-game money. An added downside to a failed catch attempt is the loss of a Pokeball that was used in said attempt. Different types of Pokeballs have different benefits to catch rate, and a cost to match. Regardless, these balls aren't free. They aren't expensive either, but much like your cart at the grocery store, it's the little things that add up. Add in the randomness of the Pokemon we're looking for spawning in the first place, catching Pokemon can be a daunting process, especially for the extremely rare or exceedingly powerful legendary Pokemon. At the same time, there's no rush quite like finally succeeding in catching a powerful or hard-to-find Pokemon. Whittling down their health or inflicting a status effect can improve your chances, but unless we manage to scoop up a Master Ball, there's no such thing as a guaranteed catch. But we keep trying because the work we put into catching a Pokemon adds value to having them on your team or in your collection. The satisfaction of a full Pokedex or a well-trained team is compounded by the effort that went into acquiring them. That sense of accomplishment is one of the reasons why we play video games in the first place, and Pokemon delivers with every true catch and completed Pokedex. I believe Game Freak's trademark tagline says it best: you gotta catch 'em all. One of the least enjoyable aspects of roleplay games is grinding. The act of passively mashing away at the A button and slaughtering weak enemies to level up can be mind-numbing. Pokemon has been as guilty of that as any other game, especially the earlier titles. Fortunately for us, there's a lot more to training Pokemon than leveling up. In fact, that's very likely the least important aspect. Levels take a back seat to what we call team building. Pokemon isn't like most RPGs. We aren't saddled with a group of heroes with mostly set stat progressions and combat roles. Pokemon delivers, more than any other RPG, on the promise of the genre: choice. The ability to choose your role. In team building, we choose what Pokemon are on our team, what moves they use, and what stats to specialize in. This is perhaps the most essential element to Pokemon gameplay loop. The myriad different species of Pokemon, their abilities and movesets, creates billions of potential team permutations from the over 1,000 available Pokemon. This freedom of choice allows for a variable and unique experience, with every new adventure in the Pokemon world. Team building is the heart and soul of the Pokemon experience. Of course, the final goal of a Pokemon team is to be pitted up against an opposing team in a battle to determine which trainer and team is superior. The team we built through capture and training is put to the test against another team, with varying amounts of effort put into its construction. This is where the element of choice comes back into play. Much like with team construction, we are presented with several possible permutations of a battle, where our team-building choices are compounded by the possible choices to be considered before and during any given battle. Which Pokemon will you lead with? Which of that Pokemon's 4 moves will offer the best result? Would it be better to bring in a different Pokemon based on the ability or moves of the opposing Pokemon? There are so many potential permutations of a battle based on the choices we make as trainers, not to mention the near infinite number of permutations created by the comparable choices made by our opponent. Do we have a set strategy we plan to employ? A weather condition that powers up our team with a snowscape? A buffing move that lets us take advantage of our Pokemon's superior speed or attack stat? Maybe Gengar can sweep the enemy team if that pesky Umbreon is brought down. Or perhaps our Conkeldurr can clean up if we can keep Muck's knockoff move from removing its Flame Orb Helm item that activates its Guts ability. Pokemon battles are never guaranteed. There's always the possibility granted by a missed attack or a critical hit. That random element means that we can't just rest on our laurels during a battle. The phrase win condition describes the limited circumstances that us as players must achieve in order to secure victory. It's stressful battle. It's the tension brought on by investing yourself in a team you built and putting it to the test on the field of battle. Every time a new Pokemon game or DLC drops, we come running. Not because Pokemon has the finest graphics or mind-blowing tales of titillating drama. We come back because that unique gameplay loop experience of catching, training, and battling has never been sufficiently replicated. There are passable clones in the Digimon World series and certain indie titles, but none with the layers of depth of the Pokemon experience. We crave that satisfaction. That feeling you only get from managing a perfect catch on a rare Chansey spawn, or seeing a well-developed Trick Room strategy play out. Pokemon is the largest franchise of any variety in the world. Bigger than sports, bigger than Disney, and it's apparent why. Pokemon gives us something no other experience can. It gives us the freedom to choose, and choose from a near limitless pool of options. We can't just quit our Pokemon habit. Fortunately for us, we don't want to. Why could a franchise that may not always give us what we want, but always gives us what we need? Thanks for watching. I'm Elakidra, and this is The Loop. As always, I'm eager to hear all of your thoughts on the Pokemon gameplay loop, or any aspects that I might have missed. So hit me up in the comments below, and like and subscribe to keep hearing my ramblings on the gaming community. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.